Well, that came out of my consciousness basically because I was aware of these borderlines. Working in the HDC, I remember Upper Duncan Street couldn't go to Lower Duncan Street. But when we started this Color Me Orange, which in fact the folks of Duncan Street, they named it, and the current government demonized it. For no apparent reason, they can't point to anything. They're very successful at shoo, oh, get out, that kind of behavior. But in terms of telling specifically, what is wrong with that? You understand? This was young people who you're telling, I live here. We had signs of I live here because you wanted to bring some level of responsibility. You can't beat responsibility into people, respect, It's a negotiated process in a way, or it's something you have to kind of plant from the word seed in the ground. You can't come and bully people into respecting you. I have never done that. They will look at you and just as the Bible says, by your works. People will know if you're making sense or you're not making sense. I have not had to go and say, I'm this and I'm that to have achieved anything. People have asked me for my bio. I said, why don't you put up your bio? Why? If I hate faces on poles. If you come to what is my campaign office, there are no posters there. There's no need for that. The people know who you are. You understand? So, what was the original question? Sorry. So, okay, the one corridor.
Right.
So, in doing this Color Me Orange, I remembered on the streets. I'll come out on the streets, right? I'm the managing director, but I'm on the streets of Port of Spain. And I'll tell these people, I say, listen to me, this is about work. And if you don't have a deed for that area there, you don't own it. Up and down, this is one street. And they allowed everybody to pass. So I never admitted or accepted that state of affairs as being normal. To me, it's abnormal. When I'm walking from my home, the most I have to look out for is that a stray dog might want to bite me. And if it rushes me, I'll write the neighbor and say, the dog almost bit me, what you doing? If you understand. To me, that's normal and civilized behavior. Right? So you can't tell me I'm on one upper public street, I can't come down. So I realized people need to get into this concept of one. That what are you fighting for? It makes no sense. If it's not benefiting you, what you doing? So recently, when we had that first football match where one Mr. David Naked would have come into Lohokita a Sunday morning and started trash talk the guys and call them rugby player, and they said, well, all right, we are going to do this football match. So he bought two teams from Tunapuna, and we had two teams from one phase one, that is, to play. Of course, they went home long before phase one. Lohokita came first and second. And if there was a third place, phase one Lohokita would have come third also. But anyway, on the evening of that match, again because of my temperament, I suppose, you had people from all the phases in phase one, and big men were crying, and they were saying, we have not done this in 15 years. You would go to school with a young man, be in school all day and interact with him, and on the afternoon or evening, somehow you can't interact with him. And I couldn't understand that. I never discussed it, but there they were, and that has been the state of play since then in Lohokita, where people are just moving and going about their business, and for me that is normal behavior, and as it should be. I am not lulled into, if you understand, into any kind of sense of false security in any way. This is something they have to work on as people, and continue to work on, because all rivalries will probably take a length of time to go away. But as people